Most people download financial apps without fully understanding what they actually are. And that becomes a huge problem the moment something goes wrong. Here's the truth no one tells you. Not every money app is technically a bank, even if it looks and feels like one on your phone. And in 2026, this distinction matters more than ever because fintech apps are everywhere now. In this video, I'll explain whether Albert is a real bank, how fintech apps actually work behind the scenes, the biggest misunderstanding users have about banking apps, and the hidden detail you should always check before trusting any financial platform with your money. And later, I'll show you the smartest way to evaluate any money app before connecting your bank account. So let's get straight into it. First, let's answer the main question clearly. Is Albert a real bank? Albert is generally considered a financial technology platform, often called a fintech app, rather than a traditional standalone bank, operating exactly like a major legacy banking institution. That distinction is critical, because many fintech apps work by partnering with regulated banking institutions behind the scenes. Now here's where most people fail. They assume the app itself directly functions as the bank holding everything independently. But fintech systems are often structured differently. The app experience you see on your phone may operate separately from the underlying banking infrastructure supporting deposits, transfers, or financial services. Now, let's make this practical. Imagine Jake opens the Albert app and sees balances, spending tools, cash advance features, and money management systems. From his perspective, it feels exactly like a digital bank. And honestly, that's understandable. Modern fintech apps are intentionally designed to feel seamless. But behind the scenes, partnerships with regulated banking institutions may help power certain financial functions. That's the hidden structure many users never think about. Now here's where things get interesting. This setup is actually very common in modern fintech. Many popular money apps operate through banking partnerships rather than functioning as completely independent chartered banks themselves. And honestly, most users never notice because the experience feels smooth and centralized. Now in a minute, I'll show you the most important thing to check before trusting any financial app with your money. But first, let's discuss why this distinction matters at all. Traditional banks and fintech platforms often operate differently in areas like customer experience, technology, speed, and feature design. Fintech companies usually focus heavily on convenience and mobile usability. That's why apps like Albert became popular so quickly. Now here's where most people fail again. They assume newer apps automatically operate with the same structure as century-old banks. Not necessarily. Understanding the ecosystem helps you make smarter financial decisions. Now, let's discuss another important point. Safety. This is the first concern most users have. People ask, is my money safe? Who actually holds the funds? What protections exist? These are smart questions. And honestly, users should ask them more often before connecting financial accounts anywhere online. Now here's where things get interesting again. Many fintech apps rely on partnerships with established financial institutions, specifically to support regulated banking functions. That structure helps provide financial infrastructure behind the scenes. But users should always verify current details directly through official sources because fintech partnerships can evolve over time. That's extremely important. Now let's talk about another major misunderstanding. People often confuse digital only with unsafe. That's not automatically true. Many modern financial systems operate primarily through digital infrastructure today. The real issue is understanding who manages the money, how protections work, and what responsibilities belong to the platform versus the banking partner. That clarity matters enormously. Now here's the hidden detail I mentioned earlier. Always check who the banking partner is and how account protections are structured before storing significant money inside any fintech platform. Most users skip this step completely. That's dangerous. Now let's make this practical again. Imagine Alex keeps emergency savings inside a financial app without researching terms, banking structure, or transfer policies. Then one day, a transfer delay or account issue happens unexpectedly. Stress increases instantly because Alex never fully understood the system beforehand. Preparation matters. Now here's where most people fail once again. They prioritize convenience over understanding. A clean app interface does not automatically replace financial education. And honestly, this applies far beyond Albert. Now let's discuss why people like fintech apps so much in the first place. Simple. Speed and simplicity. Traditional banks often move slowly, with outdated interfaces and complicated systems. Fintech apps focus heavily on mobile usability, automation, budget tracking, notifications, and streamlined experiences. That convenience creates strong user appeal. Now here's where things get interesting. Some users actually use fintech apps alongside traditional banks, instead of replacing banks entirely. For example, a user may keep primary savings in a traditional institution while using Albert for budgeting tools or short-term flexibility features. That hybrid strategy is increasingly common. Now let's discuss another important point. Customer expectations. Many people expect fintech apps to behave exactly like major banks during every situation. But support structures, processing timelines, and service models may differ. That's why reading terms and understanding platform limitations matter so much. Now here's another mistake users make. Keeping all financial activity concentrated inside one platform without backup options. That creates unnecessary risk. Smart users often maintain multiple payment methods, backup, banking access, and emergency, financial flexibility. That redundancy matters more than people realize. Now here's where things get interesting again. The line between bank and financial AP keeps becoming blurrier every year. Modern fintech ecosystems increasingly combine banking features, budgeting tools, cash advances, automation, and financial education inside one experience. That trend will likely continue growing. Now let's answer another common question honestly. Should you trust fintech apps? Potentially yes, but trust should come from understanding the structure clearly rather than assuming every money app works identically. That's the smarter mindset. Research matters. Now, before we finish, let's summarize clearly. Is Albert a real bank? Or just an app? Albert generally operates as a fintech platform providing financial tools and services, often supported through banking partnerships behind the scenes, rather than functioning exactly like a traditional standalone bank itself. That's the key distinction. Now here's the most important takeaway. The smartest financial users focus less on labels and more on understanding. Who holds the money? How protections work? What the platform actually does? And how the system operates overall. That's what truly matters. So here's the bottom line. Albert represents the modern fintech model growing rapidly in 2026. Technology-driven financial experiences supported through broader banking infrastructure. The app can absolutely feel bank-like for daily use, but understanding the structure behind the platform helps you make safer and smarter financial decisions long-term. That knowledge matters enormously. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with which fintech app you trust the most right now. And if you want, I can also compare Albert, Chime, Dave, and Sophie when it comes to banking structure, safety, and financial features.